Hi, this is Raymond Stapleton with DragonBlogger.com, and before we get too far into things, I apologize for the background noise. It is extremely hot here and our air conditioner is not functioning properly, so we've got about 3 fans going on right now. I want to introduce the aLLreLi USB wired laser gaming mouse. Now this says it has 6 illumination colors, 8200 DPI, that's 8200 DPI resolution, and it says 8 responsive buttons. That's kind of nice. The cable length on this is 6 feet. I was going to say 10 feet, but that'd be a long cable length. 6 feet. It has several different, like 6 different sensitivity settings: 1000, 1600, 2400, 3200, 4000, and 8000 DPI. Now it says it goes up to 8200 or 8200 DPI, but I'm going to show you after a little bit how that is possible. This has proven to be a very unique mouse for me, and a pretty interesting one. Now normally I would do an unboxing, but there's really not much to an unboxing of this. You open the box, there's a mouse and there's a CD. What I'm going to do is show you the mouse. Now, like almost all mice nowadays, you have the scroll bar. You have, in this particular case, a button here. This is for changing the DPI settings. A little harder to see, but if you take a look right through here, there are a couple of extra buttons. Maybe you can see them there. And there are 2 identical buttons on this side as well. Now, for the way this is default set up, the ones on the right hand side of the mouse are used to raise and lower the volume, which I've accidentally pressed a couple of times, and the ones on the left hand side are for page forward and page back, so if you want to be doing some reading, you can do that as well. What I like about this mouse, just from a non-gamer's point of view, and I have to confess I'm not a big gamer. There's a lot of the neat games that I wish I could play, but because of some motion sensitivity issues that I have, I can't do a lot of them. If you take a look though, on the sides, it changes colors. It shows you the color there. The very tip here has the color. The button has the color, and of course the insignia has the color. It's a very pretty mouse, but here's something else. It changes colors depending on which one you set it to. Now, for this particular default setting, the red is the lowest DPI setting, which means that when you move the mouse across the screen, it moves very slowly. As you change the colors, that DPI setting advances. Now here in just a second, I'm going to get off of this video and I'm going to continue the video showing you the actual control functions of this mouse. Okay, I'm back and I'm going to move myself up out of the way here for just a moment. When you install the software for this mouse and you open up for your extra little tools here, you'll find an icon for a gaming mouse. Double click on that and give it just a moment to open up. In fact, I'm going to make myself a little scarcer here. You'll notice that there are a lot of different options that you have here. Right here, we're working on the very first area, which is the lighting settings, where you can have the light effects on or you can turn the effects off. You can have it to breathe so that it fluctuates in and out, or you can have it just solid light. Whichever one you like, you can do that. You also notice here you have various profiles on the left hand side. Currently, you have 5 profile settings that you can easily switch back and forth between for different likes and dislikes. Over here, you notice I did say 8 buttons, but it talks about 10 different buttons. And when we go through each one of these after a bit, when we get to the button settings, you'll see where there are 10 actual buttons. Sensitivities. When I change the sensitivity options, I can change how many DPI this particular button will bring. So if I happen to be working on the purple or the red, which is what I'm on right now, the red is set for 1000 DPI. It's all the way down here at right around, well, I think it says 200, but that's where it starts at 200, goes up to 8200, so right about there is 1000 DPI. As I change the buttons, notice that the color around there that changes. So it tells you blue is 2400 DPI, yellow is 3200. You can change that if you want to. So if I liked blue as my primary color, but I wanted that to be the fastest speed, I can alter this the way I want to. Now, you got system settings. That's where you go in here and change the double click speed, the tilt wheel scroll speed, the mouse scroll speed. There's a number of different things here that you can make changes to. Advanced settings. This is where you can change the polling rate. I'm not going to pretend that I know what polling rate is, but you can change it if you know what it is. Each of these have different settings. Now, it doesn't matter whether I have, and I'm changing through the colors, that doesn't change the polling rate, okay? On the go speed, again, another one of these things I'm not 100% sure about, but as somebody who might be a gamer, who knows, you might know exactly what that is. Button settings. This is where I get to the buttons. Now notice when I put my cursor over the word click here, it shows me, well, that's what that one is. If I click this one says a menu button. Well, in some items that may be what that is. The wheel click, forward button for Internet Explorer backward button, DPI cycle button, the volume up, as I mentioned, I hit that accidentally, I changed the volume. The volume down button, the scroll up and the scroll down button. So they actually split the scroll button into 2 different things. So you have a wheel click, but you can also have a scroll up and scroll down. I can change that to what I want it to be. So I could choose any one of those and change it to it. See, it gives me different options. So different ones of these buttons give me different options on what I might want it to do. So it's not just for games, as we just saw right there. Multimedia gives me different options. I can change the DPIs. I've got a Windows favorites. I can set things up for Internet Explorer use if I want to. There's a number of things that I can do with that. I can save a profile, I can load a profile, or I can learn the About thing, which happens to say the ultimate gaming mouse driver. I think this is pretty much the ultimate gaming mouse setup that I've ever seen. I encourage you to look into buying this. It's not real expensive. It looks very, very nice, and on top of it looking very nice, it fits very nice in my hand as well. It's more solid than I expected it to be. My previous mouse that I reviewed, which I thought was a very good mouse as well, and I'm not knocking it in any way, shape, or form, didn't feel quite as solid as this one does. This one is more comfortable inside of my hand than any other mouse I've ever used. So it's one that I do recommend. I do think that you should look into getting it. And once again, this is Raymond Stapleton with DragonBlogger.com, wishing you a great evening, great day, and an even better tomorrow. Thank you.